I'm Chris from Goldtone Studios in Brighton, mix engineer, and this is another in our series of tips and tricks that can increase your productivity, increase your workflow, or inspire some creativity. And this time we're looking at reference tracks. It's really important when you take on a client, if you haven't worked with them before, or if they've got something particular that they're after, is that you get some reference tracks off them, get some things that inspired them. Could only be one track, could be a whole bunch of things. And it will end up cutting down the need for endless revisions. If you're working towards like a certain sound that they're after, it will certainly get you there quicker. And there's sort of a couple of ways of doing this. The first is obviously using your ears. That's the most important thing in anything to do with audio, is using your ears. But then there is something else you can do as well. So basically what I like to do, if we go up to the screen, you can see I've recorded in a reference track, and this is quite a dubby tune, and they were sort of saying about the Mad Professor, and I've got Massive Attack's Teardrop on vinyl, and it's got a Mad Professor remix. So I recorded that straight in. Thought that'd be the quickest way to kind of do it, and I can keep referring back to it. You can play it and you can listen to it and you can keep coming back to it, just to keep your ears in that kind of with that sound. But there's another thing you can do as well. You can there's a frequency analyzer by Blue Cat Audio, which is free, so you can download it and anyone can have it. And basically it gives you it analyzes the frequency, and it gives you like the curve of what that track sound, what it looks like across the frequency spectrum. So if you play it, you'll see that the spectrum goes up and down, and it can give you all sorts of different things. It can give you the average or the maximum. And it just shows you a couple of things. It shows you a few things peaking there. It shows you what the high end's doing. So you can take that, and you can close it. And then if you go to, if you put one on your master out for the rest of the tracks, so then what you do is you open that up, move that out of the way, and then mute your reference track and unmute everything else. And you can see that there's some low noise there, but if you press play, then it'll do the same as it did for your reference track. And then if you go back to the reference track one and open that, and you can put them side by side, and you can then sort of see if there's any similarities, what the low end's doing, what the high end's doing. And it's not too dissimilar. It's kind of all along the right thing. I think I've kind of got it in the right ballpark. The main track's a little bit louder than the reference track, but that's kind of to be expected because there's a lot of processing going on. The low end's slightly different. Could maybe roll that off a little bit, or that could go into probably in mastering, that'll be rolled off a little bit just to control that. But it's got a very different bass line anyway, this track that I'm working on, so it's to be expected. But yeah, not too far off, not too dissimilar. So as I say, it's something that just gives you that little edge in when you're trying to kind of meet your client's expectations, and after all, as a mix engineer, that is what you're trying to do. So that's it for this time. Hope you've enjoyed that and found that useful. Go away and use it, and obviously hit me up in the comments if you do use it and find it useful. And if you want to get in touch for a free mix, if you're an artist and you're looking for a mix engineer, then I offer a service where I do first mix for free, just so that we get to know each other and get to know the sound, and that way we'll move forward together. So get in touch, Goldtone Studio, goldtone.co.uk, and Goldtone Hove on Instagram. Hope to see you soon. Bye.